Is the PlayStation's new controller really better? Not long ago, Sony debuted their new controller design to accompany the PlayStation 5 to some mixed reactions. This DualSense controller, as it's called, will be replacing the DualShock moniker that has been around since the original PlayStation. It has been entirely redesigned in terms of form factor, while maintaining general button arrangement and configuration, including the familiar symmetrical thumbstick layout. Though this is certainly the most radical shift in aesthetics the PlayStation controllers have received, which is perhaps the reason it hasn't received a warm welcome from everyone. Sony says after thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep much of what gamers love about the DualShock 4 intact, while also adding new functionality and refining the design. Although quite a bit has changed as well. The updated design is much less rounded, with a flush panel from buttons to the side grips, rather than the raised circles on the DualShock 4. The share button has been replaced with a new create button, and the light bar has been replaced by a light ring around the touchpad. Internally, there are new haptic feedback sensors and microphone array, alongside adaptive triggers to enhance the sensations experienced through gameplay. Sony says the new design is somewhat a result of encompassing these additional components in a way that doesn't feel bulky or oversized. The most obvious comparisons being made are with rival Xbox and their controller design for the upcoming Series X, though this general form has been carried over since the original Xbox One. The PS5 DualSense is not just an Xbox controller wearing a tank top, however. Sure, its grips are more sloped and angular, but its stance is noticeably wider, and overall form factor is more circular rather than slanted. Personally, I have struggled somewhat with the use of the PS4 DualShock controller during long gaming sessions. The bulbous grips become taxing over time with their ergonomic shortfalls, being unable to fully support my palms and leading to discomfort and sometimes cramps. This lack of support also makes thumb reaches more cumbersome and uninviting. I also feel I have to overgrip at times, which can make thumbstick use feel strained. The flat triggers aren't as much of an issue, however, and will carry over to the new design. The light bar is of course much larger on the DualShock 4, but I don't expect many people really give much attention to this in the midst of intense gameplay. An alternative option I've been using with my PS4 mitigates many of these concerns, and I think still has the ability to rival this new DualSense controller for the PS5, the SCUF Vantage 2. The comfort difference is immediately obvious with its rubberized rear grips and soft matte finish faceplate. It also has the ability to switch between wireless and wired configurations, a standard 3.5mm jack, and a configuration toggle to remap the buttons. But this is a more premium controller that isn't cheap, with extensive features to match. So it really isn't a fair comparison when stacked up directly against a standard PlayStation controller. There are, however, several advantages I'd like to talk about for the SCUF Vantage 2. From variable height thumbsticks, with concave and convex options, to side bumpers and rear paddles, as well as, of course, the flexibility for button layout. But I also want to focus on the form factor, as this is something that is seemingly being improved on the PS5 DualSense controller. From this perspective, I can certainly see the PS5 DualSense being more closely aligned with the SCUF Vantage 2 and Xbox controllers than the previous versions. The SCUF controller has more ergonomically shaped grips with better palm and thumb support, along with a taller top section so things don't feel as cramped. The thumbsticks are of course offset on this design, which is more of a personal preference. But it also informs reachability when considering overall hand comfort while engaging the interface. With more tapered side grips and flush sloping into the main body of the controller, there is a noticeable improvement in this area. It's no question the customizability of the SCUF is unmatched by standard controllers, with the ability to change the faceplate, thumbsticks, removable rumble motors, triggers and D-pad, as well as rear paddles, for a truly pro experience. But that doesn't mean the overall feel has to be compromised on a standard setup. From initial impression, I have high hopes for the PS5 DualSense controller and its updated form factor. It will be exciting to try the new DualSense controller for myself when it launches, to discover firsthand the adjustments that have been made in terms of fit and feel in the hand. Of course, we are all eager to also see the final design of the PS5 console, which will hopefully be soon. Check out the links below for the original article from Sony, as well as some other videos you may find interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on the PS5 DualSense controller, and how you feel about the new design. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for more tech videos coming soon to this channel. Until next time, I'm Sean X Tech.